Confidence is not something you just have, it's something you build over time. At 15, I was as low as you can possibly imagine. I was homeless, I had no family, I was a school dropout, and there was obviously no confidence at all. But now I'm 29 and I found my purpose, I'm creating my dream life, I fixed my broken body, and I even went back to school and finished the year as the best one. So in this video I'm going to show you what I would tell my younger self, how he could get himself out of the dirt much quicker, and what mistakes to avoid. So let's get into it. First, have boundaries and be willing to walk away if they get violated. No one will respect you if you don't respect yourself. You have to be able to sit in disharmony and discomfort if necessary, even if you hate it. Keep the promises you make to yourself. This will create immense self-respect. Do less promises if necessary, but if you say something to yourself, do it. That way your life will get into a constant flow of promise and fulfillment. Okay? And self-control is the key for self-respect. Confidence comes from competence. In your work field, work hard. In your relationship or dating life, strive toward becoming a better partner. Yeah? Commit to a mindset of constantly improving any area of your life. Small incremental steps are all that's necessary because they will compound over time. Visualize your future self stepping into its potential. No potential is ever fully actualized, but we can always strive towards it. This mental picture is very important because this world works in mysterious ways, and you should learn to use these phenomena for you, even if you don't understand them. Just experience it. Have you ever tried this before? How did it go for you? Very important, focus on one thing at a time. Multitasking leads to worse results and it takes longer in the end. It's a myth. You'll be much more successful in everything you do when you fully commit on one thing while you're doing it. This counts for any area of your life. Relationships, work, even play. Then move your body and give it what it truly needs. When you're very stiff, do yoga. When you are having low energy levels, then work out with weights. Yeah? There can't be a healthy mind in an unhealthy body. And an unhealthy body is a body that's in a regressive state. Yeah? When you are in a progression, you are always in this forward striving motion with every workout. And that forward striving motion is an energy that transfers into every other area in your life. Eat food for your brain. Minimize sugar, processed foods, unhealthy carbs and fats. Too much caffeine will create anxiety, and in general, drugs, something like cigarettes for example, will rob you of your air and therefore lower your overall energy levels. Yeah? And I'm not above it, guys. I struggle with these things myself. Prioritize sleep. We all know how important it is. So black out the space, let fresh air in the room, sleep 7 to 9 hours, track the sleep if you want, and have a regular sleep-wake schedule. The next one is probably the most important one. Create awareness about who you are. In German, the word confidence is called Selbstbewusstsein, and it directly translates into being conscious about yourself. So meet your demons, become aware of your demons and your patterns, and then confront them. Or later in life, they will come up in the worst moment possible and punch you in the face. Confront your fears and reframe them. Maybe you just have to become afraid of the right things. For me, always the biggest fear was lying on my deathbed, thinking back of my life and realizing I have wasted it. I wasn't courageous enough to actually live my life. Act out of a deeper vision, a deeper purpose. Find it and establish it. The moment you step into your passion, into pursuing your passion, your whole system, your whole being will be elevated and everything you did before will seem ludicrous. If you want to find out how you can find your purpose, I will link a video in the end how I found mine, and I'm giving practical tips how I'm sure you will definitely get closer to finding yours. I wonder, what is the best advice you ever received regarding this topic? Next on the list is faith. Believe in something. The Trinity, mind, body and soul. If you neglect one of these areas, you will become very disbalanced. And yes, atheism is very sexy right now, but eventually a lot of these people are going to open themselves up, because it's just a sign of maturity, really. You know, when you lose people or lose your health or whatever, you don't want to fall back into it's all meaningless and there is nothing, you know? Then you are really in hell. You don't see, or at least I don't see, a lot of old atheists out there, just saying. Be grateful for what you have. Gratitude is more than a feeling, it's like a new sense. You can't be grateful and feeling bad at the same time. Yeah? It pierces through every negative thought and emotional pattern there is. So try to stay in gratitude and in that state as much as possible. Have intrinsic over extrinsic values. Extrinsic values are stuff, for example. Things you gain just because of how it looks on the outside, how it is perceived by other people. This is going to set you up for a horrible life that is going to be very hollow and empty and leads you towards an eventual crisis. Rather focus on intrinsic values. Figure out what is it that actually you want, that's actually important to you, and then go for it. Now we got trust your intuition. You are the only one who knows what's best for you. Value this voice above all the others and listen to it. Learn to program your subconscious. Your subconscious is your goal steering, goal getting mechanism. If you think that's challenging, please let me know in the comments so I know what to do a future video about. Work on a positive self-image. People see you how you see yourself. Reframe your past in a way that is actually useful to you, because there is no objective truth. Yeah? There is no built-in meaning into things, only the meaning you give it. So you hold all the power. Confront death in your own way. I personally did it by living alone in a forest for several months, or by walking alone for 2,000 kilometers through several countries, yeah? Or by flying to South America and into the jungle and meeting shamans there, drinking ayahuasca, which is essentially a death and rebirth experience. Now understand, everyone is winging it. No one has it all together, no one has any idea what's going on, everyone is just guessing as good as they can without any exception, no matter how shiny it may look on the outside. Don't compare yourself to others if it makes you feel miserable. Get inspired and not jealous, because it hurts yourself and pushes your goals further away. You don't know the reality of their lives. Maybe they are deeply miserable inside. Just know that they created one healthy habit at a time, then implemented it. You know, that's the discipline they have. Just one after another. Don't dwell on the past. Letting go is your superpower. Forgive yourself and others. And understand that resentment is an energetical block. You want to attract money, love, whatever. Get this out of your system. Embrace your unique weirdness. Your authentic self is where the gold is. That's where the power is. And that's what you have to share and to give to the world. And the world truly needs it. The contribution of every single one of us. Balance spirituality and reality. You don't want to be too spiritual, because those guys are just, they lost the connection to the real world. And don't be too grounded, because otherwise there's no substance to you. You know, there's nothing really to work with. So try to find a balance here. Next one is imposter syndrome is not a sign of low confidence. It's actually a sign of mental health. It would be weirder if you make a status shift and directly think, yes, I'm the right person for it. No, of course you have to grow into it. Feeling like an imposter is very natural, because you are an imposter whenever you make a status shift, yeah? You are creating a new identity, and you know, your system just takes and needs a little bit of time until you fully stepped into it. Speak your truth. Authenticity is so important, and it will repel people, it will polarize people, and you have to be able to sit in the disharmony if necessary. But when you speak your truth, you will attract the right people and the right opportunities into your life. And obviously your relationships are going to get improved by that as well. Next is act out of a kind place. You will have much higher self-respect when you are a loving person, and you will feel and see that there is actually no one thing that is more healthy for you than helping other people. it's actually the most egotistical thing to do, to be in service to other people, because this is the best feeling we can experience in this world. Don't gossip behind people's back. Stay in integrity. If you're focusing on other people's misalignment, it is actually misaligning yourself. And the people you're gossiping with are subconsciously trusting you less. I'm curious, how do you handle situations like this? Get comfortable in giving and receiving equally. You know, for example, money. Some rich people are very good in making money, but they are very bad at spending it. What happens is they sit on it and then they just create this pile of money what they are very afraid of losing. And this stinginess is going to damage their relationships as well. So learn to keep these things in flow. Yeah? Invest in yourself is very important as well, in my opinion. Embrace failure and stand up afterwards. Don't expect things to work out quickly. You know, everything in this life takes much longer than we usually anticipate. Yeah? But a winner keeps standing up. And when you ask any successful person, they will always tell you they failed their way up to the top. Release the need to control others and the world. This is a Stoic principle, and it says we should only focus on the things we can control, and the only thing we can control is ourselves. So let go of the environmental factors. Never play the victim, and always take responsibility for everything you can. Yeah? Trust in yourself and trust in the universe, and everything will be fine. Ignore haters and even understand that it can be a good sign, because authenticity polarizes. If you are liked by everyone, you are either fake or you are not brave enough to go far enough. Yeah? The best work is always dividing the audience. And if you have an opinion, you're naturally polarized people. People get jealous and they try to drag you down. But you have to consider the source, you know. If it's like some haters on the internet, for example, like who is in a state of writing hate comments just from an anonymous perspective, you know, from an anonymous position, that alone shows you that there is something very wrong with that person. So don't take this too serious. Have you heard about the F buckets? Fun, family, friends, finances, faith, and fitness. Try to balance these areas out in your life. You can never really be balanced, but you can always strive towards balancing. And let me know in the comments how this is working for you and what is easy for you to be balanced about and what is hard to maintain. Don't work like a maniac all the time. Yes, sometimes it's necessary to work your ass off, but sometimes it's necessary to take a step back, you know, and to look at your life from a broader perspective and to create some space for new ideas to come. Don't have one-night stands. It is scientifically proven that there is a strong correlation between regular one-night stands and severe mental health issues. You take in so much stuff from the other person and afterwards you carry it on with you. On top of that, when you are sleeping with a person you don't have any connection with, you detach from the sexual experience while you have it. So instead of experiencing a real moment of unity, you experience less connection. Next one, become a good lover. Sexuality matters in this life, so do your own research here and do not watch porn. Yeah? Block all these sites on your laptop. Listen to the signs of your body. When your nervous system is not calm with a person, in a job, or in a certain situation, you should free yourself out of that situation, or you'll probably experience catastrophic results. I cannot tell you how often I had to learn this lesson in my life. Don't second guess your past decisions. There was a reason why you made them. For example, I once re-invited a person into my life that I have excluded years before. And this whole thing ended in the worst shit show ever. So trust into yourself. Next one, allow yourself to feel the whole spectrum of human emotion. Don't participate in this movement of toxic positivity. You have to always be positive. No, you shouldn't, because you're just bypassing it. and the stuff that you should feel stays in your body. You know, you need to feel it to heal it. Allow yourself to feel it, and that way you get it out. If you are just avoiding and suppressing all your stuff just with toxic positivity on the outside, it is going to implode on you sooner or later. So be wise about that. Don't say things that make you feel weak. When you are in tune with your body, and for example you tell a lie, you can feel how it weakens you. So speak your truth and do not say things that make you weak. Okay, 3 more to go. Clarity comes through action. When you are confused, you cannot think your way out of it. You have to do what you know you should be doing. And confusion can be a good sign, because it could signalize that you are entering from one state into the next. Your identity is transforming, and that's confusing at first. But through action, you will find the clarity that you're looking for. This next one is just for men. Don't jerk off. Your semen holds powerful energy. Yeah? On a biological level, it contains a lot of vitamins. When you just jerk off and waste it, you probably can always directly feel how it lowers your energy. When you jerk off, how do you feel afterwards? Like shit. So stop doing it. And last one, prioritize humility over your ego. You know, your ego is like your best friend with the worst advice. Yeah? It tries to keep you safe, but it has horrible strategies to do it. And that's why you just shouldn't listen to it. You can be grateful for it, but in the end, listen to your intuition and make wiser decisions than what your ego is telling you to do. All right, my friends, if you're stuck till here, I'm very grateful for you. If you would like to see a video on how to find your purpose, you can click here. And if you would like to see a video of me speaking about my time on the streets and running away from home, you can click here. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.